Hello, and welcome back to the Leveraged Income Challenge, where we're talking about how you can make the most of your time so that you can serve more people while earning more money. We are moving right on. My name is Tammy Metzler. We're moving on to video number 2. Today we're talking about how to design your leveraged income blueprint. If you haven't yet watched the first video, we're really diving in there on how to identify and start moving forward on towards your fastest path to cash, to leveraged income. So if you haven't yet watched that, I encourage you to pause this video and click the tab at the top of this website that will allow you to watch that video, and then you can come back to this one later. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're talking about how you can go from idea to income in just 12 weeks. Okay, so, and I'll talk a little bit later in this call also why I structured it this way, because you may have seen other blueprints, other plans that promise to get you there much quicker, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end of this video, so stick around for that. And also at the end of this video, as with video number 1, you'll have a chance to answer one very simple question. I promise it won't take you more than maybe a minute, 2 minutes tops, and then in doing so you'll be able to enter yourself for a chance to win a prize worth $2,500. So you'll want to be sure to watch all the way to the end of this video and take advantage of that chance to win. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So what is your leveraged income blueprint? What is this 12-week plan? Okay, I'm going to walk through each of these different steps, and I'm going to walk through them fairly quickly, but I just want you to get an idea of what really goes on behind the scenes when it comes to putting together a group program, a training workshop, a conference, something like that. What really goes into it? Because I think a lot of people, they either go into it blind and they don't give themselves enough time, and then that causes quite a bit of stress when it comes time to put things on and they just don't know what's going on, or they give themselves too much time and then it seems like you don't really make the progress that you're wanting to make. And I want to help you avoid that, because the easiest trap to fall into is to keep putting it off. So I'm going to encourage you to look at your calendar, to look ahead, to actually plan out your 12 weeks, to set that in stone and get this group program, this training workshop, whatever it is that you're working on, get it started. Okay, so that's what this really is all about. I want to kind of kickstart your process and push things into gear for you. Okay, so let's talk about what is involved in this 12-week promotional plan. The first step involves magnetizing your program. Okay, and for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to refer to whatever it is that you're going to be promoting as your program. So it could be a group coaching program, it could be a consulting program, a workshop, one-day workshop, 4-week workshop, whatever the case might be, a conference, an in-person conference, something like that. But I'm just going to refer to it as a program, just so you know, just to kind of make things a little bit easier. So when I talk about magnetizing your program, this is where you really want to make sure that your particular program is something that your ideal clients are going to be falling all over themselves to be involved in. That this is something that's really going to attract them and get the results that you're looking for. So in week 1, what you're going to do is uncover your hot topic. If you're still unsure of what it is that you want to be focusing on in terms of your excuse me, your program, we're going to talk about ways that you can use surveys and use other methods to really determine what your ideal clients are wanting to know about. Okay, so that is what this first week is all about, is talking to the people in your target market, talking to them about what it is that they want to know about, what it is that they want to learn about. And in the upcoming program that I'm going to be sharing with you here at the end of this training series, I'll talk to you about how you can work with me to determine how you even go about each of these steps. You know, what do you ask your target market in order to determine what it is that they want to know about? How do you put together a survey? You know, what questions would you want to put in there? Who do you ask? How do you get this in front of the right people? So I just wanted to let you know that if you are looking for a little more guidance, I will be sharing that with you further on in this training series. Week 2 is where you want to really focus on grabbing their attention. Okay, now this is where you will identify a few main points that you're going to walk people through in this program. So this is going to become the different components of your program. Some people call them training modules, whatever it is that you want to call them. These are going to be what people are looking for when they determine if this is something that's right for them. And in this step, it's also about not only identifying these main points, but making them really exciting. You know, giving each of your modules a really irresistible, benefit-oriented title that kind of helps people to know what it is that you're going to help them with, right? So you want to be kind of thinking about that. You want to think about choosing a program title that is going to really knock their socks off, that's going to have them stop right in their tracks and think, yeah, I need that. I want to join this person and I want to take this program. Okay, week 3 is where we talk about making your program irresistible. Okay, now there's a couple different things that could lead into this. One thing is adding easy button elements is something that I noticed really helped to increase conversion rates. You know, things like giving them templates that they can fill in, giving them assignments to keep them on track and keep them accountable, giving them access to you whenever possible, just different things like that to really make it stand out to them as something that is going to be helpful and useful for them. This is one of the main things that I noticed when I kind of went from putting on group programs that were, you know, mildly successful to having a lot of people respond, is when I added these different elements that really made it easy for them to put this information into action. Because let's face it, there's a lot of information out there. I mean, pretty much anything under the sun you can find information on. You know, if you do a quick internet search, you can find information on how to do it, free information, paid information. It's everywhere. But not everybody really takes the time to help you implement. And that is what I firmly believe is missing from a lot of these programs. And if you can add something like this into yours, you're really going to make yourself stand out from the crowd and help it be almost impossible for people to say no to you and to your service in your program. Okay, the 4th week is where you really work on leading people into your program. Okay, now one of the best ways to lead people in to kind of give them a taste is what I'm sure most of you are familiar with, and it's called a free preview call. And this is where you put together a free teleseminar or a webinar where you kind of give people a little taste of what it is you're going to be walking them through in this program. help them to see that you are the person that can guide them through this, that you are knowledgeable, that you are, that you have the right expertise, and maybe even that you've got the right personality that they're going to click with, because that's a big thing for a lot of us. We want to make sure that the people we're learning from are people that we actually will enjoy learning from, that they're not going to be moving too slow or too fast, or, whatever the case might be. Okay, so in this 4th week, that's where we would brainstorm the topic, the free preview call topic, that's really going to get people interested and excited in your program. Okay, step 2. So we're moving into the nuts and bolts of your free taste. Okay, in the 5th week, you want to outline your preview call. Okay, and this is where you just kind of put together the different components that the different steps, the different modules, whatever it is that you're going to walk through in your free preview call. Also choose a really strong title that's going to get people's attention, and all of these different components that you need to put together a great preview call. The 2nd week here is to write your opt-in page. Okay, so you want to really put something together that there's a structure to the opt-in page that can help you to increase conversions and to make sure that people are, sticking around and that they're enticed to go ahead and sign up for your free teleseminar, for your free preview call. Okay, and then we're going to move into writing the seminar script, to, putting together what it is, the different components that you need to be walking through in your preview call, and to actually writing a simple script for you to follow. It doesn't have to be word for word. Some people work better that way. When I first hosted my first few seminars, I did write an outline. I wrote out word for word exactly what I wanted to say, because I was nervous. I was nervous about speaking. Now, some of you are natural born speakers, and that's fantastic. Others of you are maybe a little bit introverted like I am, and so you need to have more of the comfort of knowing what it is you're going to say. As for me, it can be difficult for me to stand up and just speak off the top of my head. It's gotten much easier with all of the preview calls and the speaking engagements that I've done over the years. But especially if you're new to this, I would recommend putting out a pretty detailed script for you to follow, because there's really nothing worse than getting onto your free teleseminar and losing your train of thought, maybe going off on a tangent that leads you away from what it is that you wanted to make sure you covered, and that can seriously blow your response rate. So especially if you're first getting started, you really want to make sure that you've got some kind of script to keep you on track and to keep you moving forward. So that's week 7. You want to write that seminar script. Week 8. This is where you write the promotional emails and maybe the social media updates to help you get the word out about this free preview call. There are certain steps to follow in each of these components as well. In writing your promotional email, there's certain things for you to think about. I taught a whole class just on writing persuasive emails just last month, because there's a lot to think about, there's a lot to consider, and there are a lot of things that can either make or break your success in using these emails to draw people in. So that's what you want to work on in the 8th week. The 3rd step is to entice paying clients. Okay, this is where we really start to work on getting people interested in your program and what you have to offer, kind of whetting their appetite, if you will. Okay, so week 9, the first component here is to write a sales page. something that's really going to excite people, to get their attention, to get their interest, and to encourage them to sign up for your program. This having a really great sales page, there's something about it you can't even describe. It's literally like you're able to print money on demand. If you can send people to a well-written sales page, you can, whenever, anytime that you need new clients to draw people in, you just simply send them there and let the sales page do all of the heavy lifting for you. So you do the work once to put it together, and then let it sell for you time and time again. And that's really kind of the foundation of leveraged income, is letting your marketing do the heavy lifting for you. And that's what I'm all about. And that's what I have really devoted my career to over the past few years, is how to write better marketing that draws people in so that you can focus on serving them. Not so much chasing after them, but serving them once they come to you. Okay. Then week 10 is where we're going to talk about promoting the free seminar. That's where you go in and you get the you start putting it out there. You start putting together your emails, or not putting them together, but putting them out there and letting people know what it is that you have to offer. Okay, week 11 is where you write your program promotional emails and social media updates. Again, as with the promotional emails for your free preview call, there are certain steps that you want to follow and certain components that you want to make sure are included in your promotional emails, things that you need to be thinking about. So that's what you focus on in week 11. Week 12 is where you host your free seminar and officially open the doors to your program. Okay, so this is where you can begin earning income from your from all of your hard work. Okay, so let's talk about why 12 weeks, why 3 months, right? This blueprint will take you from idea to income in about 3 months. So, and there's a certain reason why I structured it this way. So let's talk about that. It could be done quicker. I've seen other folks promoting product launches in 1 month or less, and that kind of thing, which can be done, but it assumes a few things. In order to really follow that type of a blueprint, you would need to, A, devote yourself full time to this launch, excuse me, which some of you are able to do, but many of us just don't have the time. This can be really unrealistic if you currently work outside the home, if you have children or parents to care for, if you have other clients or job responsibilities that require your attention, or if you just plain want to work your business part-time. If you don't want to devote 40 or 50 hours a week towards trying to put these things together, then that's not something that is really going to work for you. A short, 1 month or whatever product launch is going to be really stressful and really consuming for you. Okay, additionally, you could get it done quicker if you already have a successful group program, and maybe you're just kind of tweaking it that needs some minor polishing and fine-tuning to relaunch it, if you will. In which case, you really just need to get out there and get it going. You really don't need to worry about all of these different components, because it sounds like you already have a good handle on it. Okay. Additionally, you could get this done quicker if you are ready, willing, and financially able to outsource all of the writing needs to a professional copywriter. Okay, now if you noticed, there's 12 weeks here of different promotional aspects, and many of them require a pretty decent amount of writing. You know, I actually spoke with a gentleman a few weeks ago who was in the middle of a product launch, and he made that comment that, boy, there's a lot of writing involved. And there really is when you're getting ready to launch a program. There's a lot of different things that you need to think about: opt-in pages, sales pages, promotional emails, scripts, all of that kind of thing. So there's a lot of writing that needs to be done, and that can get kind of overwhelming for people sometimes. So they might think about hiring a professional copywriter. And that's great if you are able to do so, because this can help you to really seriously kind of get a jump start and leverage your time, because they can typically take the information about your program and just take off with all of the sales copywriting tasks while you work on other things, like maybe the content for your program, or just getting out there and enjoying yourself, you know, doing whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so this is certainly a viable option, but you do need to be prepared to spend somewhere in the range of $5,000 to $8,000 at the very least for such comprehensive services. So that's something that you would want to think about. Okay, and the final one, you could get it done quicker if you are a professional copywriter. So people like myself who have been studying copywriting for years and practicing copywriting also, excuse me, we typically are able to knock off each of these sales writing tasks pretty quickly, right? Just because we've done it for so long. There are certain tasks that still take some time to get done, but this is certainly something where if you do this on a regular basis, you're going to obviously get a little bit quicker on it. So that's why a professional copywriter can typically get something done, you know, like an opt-in page in maybe an hour, whereas it might take you, if you're not doing this on a regular basis, it might take you 4, 5, 6 hours to do the same work. So that's something to think about. And also, you know, knowing that since it can take you this amount of time, it can be helpful to have either a copywriter or the guidance of a copywriter who can show you exactly what to write, to kind of streamline your path and help make it a little bit quicker. Okay, so if you are interested in seriously leveraging your time, I am going to be talking later in these videos about how you can join me in an upcoming training program, and where I'll be giving fill in the blanks templates for all of these different writing tasks. Additionally, you'll also get step-by-step action guides to help you complete each step in this 12-week process, which can be helpful because that way you never have to start from scratch or wonder what to put on your opt-in or sales page. So stick around, watch these videos if you want to learn more about that here in the coming days and weeks. The other thing that I just want to be sure to say is that I want to guarantee you know that I am not promising overnight success, or that if you follow this blueprint, you're going to become an instant millionaire. Honestly, I don't believe in that hype, as experience has shown me that it does take some work to be successful. And I think if you're serious about becoming successful yourself, you don't fall into that hype also, okay? But with that being said, I do believe 100% that there is an easier way to reach success and a harder way to reach success, because I've lived both of them. I've been in the boat where it was like pulling teeth just to get clients to talk with me about working together. And I've also been in the place where clients were reaching out to me, credit card in hand, ready to invest in my information and expertise. And I truly believe that the difference between the two lies in how you communicate what you have to offer potential clients, and whether or not you're able to get them interested and excited in your products and services. That's really the bottom line in attracting clients, and that's why it's what we're focusing on throughout this training series. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap things up with this week's assignment. So to complete your leveraged income blueprint and to also enter your name for a chance to win the $2,500 prize, all I want you to do is declare your program launch date. Okay, so look at 12 weeks in your calendar where you feel confident that you can devote an hour to maybe a few hours a week towards putting this together, and set that date. Okay, so for an example, if you start this process on February 1st, you can realistically shoot for a program launch date of May 1st. All right, so sit down, take just a couple of minutes to determine what date you want to launch your program, and then put it out there. Because there's nothing like declaring your intentions to make it a little bit more real, to kind of get some of that accountability. Okay, so go ahead and click the enter the contest link below this video to submit your answer and officially throw your hat in the ring for a chance at the grand prize. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I can be reached at support@rightassociate.com. Thank you so much and have a great day.